In the misty hills of Eldridge, a small town in rural England where ancient oaks whispered secrets to the wind and cobblestone streets echoed with the footsteps of generations, lived two brothers, John and Thomas Hargrove. John, the elder at 35, was a struggling accountant with a sharp mind but a heart burdened by debt from failed investments. Thomas, 32, had inherited the family estate and fortune after their parents' passing, building a successful vineyard that supplied fine wines to London elites. The brothers had once been inseparable, sharing childhood adventures in the orchards, laughing over shared dreams of prosperity. But money changed everything. John, drowning in loans, resented Thomas's success. His requests for help met with gentle refusals. "You must stand on your own, brother." A stormy evening in 2015, as thunder rolled like accusations, John visited Thomas at the estate. An argument erupted over a loan denied. Words turned to shoves. In a blind rage, John grabbed an antique letter opener from the desk and struck Thomas fatally. Panic set in. John staged a robbery, fleeing into the night, his hands stained with regret. The town mourned Thomas, a kind soul who sponsored local orphans and hosted harvest festivals. Detective Amelia Crowe, a brilliant investigator with 20 years on the force and a reputation for unraveling the impossible, arrived. "This breaks every rule," she noted. "No forced entry, valuables untouched. John's alibi? A fabricated business trip. But a single clue, a torn cufflink with John's initials. The bond fractured, darkness descended, but light lingered in memories of brotherly love." John returned to Eldridge days later, feigning shock at Thomas's death. The funeral was a somber affair, villagers sharing stories of Thomas's generosity, funding schools, helping widows. John delivered a eulogy, his voice cracking. "He was my guiding light." But guilt gnawed like a relentless storm. Nightmares plagued him, Thomas's accusatory eyes, the bloodied opener. Amelia's investigation deepened. She interviewed villagers, uncovering John's debts and heated arguments witnessed by a gardener. "Money poisons the soul," the old man said. John, meanwhile, inherited the fortune, paying off debts, but wealth brought no peace. He visited the orphanage Thomas supported, seeing children play, their laughter a stark contrast to his turmoil. One boy, orphaned like them, asked, "Did you love your brother?" John's heart ached. Amelia found the cufflink at the scene, matching John's suit. Rules broken. No motive apparent, but jealousy simmered. John confessed to a priest, seeking absolution, but the shadow grew. Sweet flashbacks, brothers building tree houses, promising eternal loyalty. The guilt intensified, pushing John toward confession. Amelia confronted John at the estate, presenting the cufflink. "This thread unravels everything." John denied, but his hands trembled. The detective, empathetic yet firm, shared her own loss, a brother to illness, urging truth. "Money can't buy redemption." John broke, confessing the rage, the accident born of envy. "I killed the best part of myself." Arrested, the town reeled, but Amelia uncovered John's anonymous donations to the orphanage in Thomas's name. Guilt's quiet atonement. The trial loomed, rules broken, no premeditation, but passion's crime. Sophia, an orphan Thomas helped, testified to his kindness, her words touching the court. John's remorse shone. "I wish I could trade places." The judge, moved, sentenced leniently with parole for rehabilitation. Sweet turning, John volunteered in prison, teaching financial literacy to inmates. Years passed. John, released after 5 years, returned to Eldridge, shunned but determined. He sold the estate, donating proceeds to the orphanage, renaming it Hargrove Haven in Thomas's honor. Working as a counselor, he helped troubled youth, sharing his story as caution. Money's illusion, brothers' bond unbreakable. Sophia, now a teen, forgave him. Thomas would want healing. Sweet moments, John planting vines in the old orchard, teaching kids about growth. Amelia retired, mentoring him. The town softened, seeing change. John's life rebuilt, purpose found in service. In the end, John stood at Thomas's grave, whispering apologies. A vineyard festival honored both brothers, wine flowing, laughter echoing. John married, had a son named Thomas, teaching him love over wealth. The the murder, transformed from tragedy to lesson. Rules broken led to rules rewritten. Forgiveness triumphs. As a pro in life's game, John won by losing everything, gaining wisdom. The bond, fractured but mended in spirit, endured.